state, people spend an average from 2 to 4 years in prison awaiting their trial. Doesn't sound so speedy to me. How about you? Right to a speedy trial. This right is considered one of the most important in the Constitution. Without it, criminal defendants could be held indefinitely under a cloud of unproven criminal accusations. The right to a speedy trial also is crucial to assuring that a criminal defendant receives a fair trial. Of the 127,000 cases that continued past arraignment in 2014, resolution takes an average of 140 days, far longer than the maximum 90 days that New York Speedy Trial rule requires. And it took an average of 571 days for defendants who wanted to take their case all the way to a jury trial, up 36% since 2011. Of the 9,700 people detained in New York City's jails, 3/4 are awaiting the outcome of their case. In 2015, the average of cases that were not dealt with during arraignment was 161 days in the Bronx, 106 days in Brooklyn, 121 days in Manhattan, 118 days in Queens, and 149 days in Staten Island. In 2016, the average processing time in New York City was 20.8 months from initial arraignment to trial verdict. Processing time varies by borough, from 16 months in Staten Island to well over 2 years in the Bronx. The cost of detaining one person in Rikers Island for a year is $247,000. In 2016, between 1,300 to 1,400 people had been in NYC jails for more than a year awaiting trial. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. After your arrest comes the arraignment. Here, the judge will read to you the charge, and you have a chance to plead guilty or not guilty. Your speedy trial rights kick in at the arraignment. If you're charged with a misdemeanor and you're in custody, you have a right to trial within 30 days and 45 days if you're not in custody. If you are charged with a felony, you have a right to trial within 60 days. Not following the guidelines to the right of a speedy trial in New York keeps many in prison who may very well be innocent. Not only is it part of the Constitution, but it should be common knowledge that every human being deserves the right to a just and fair law. Put yourself in the shoes of someone not receiving a speedy trial. How would you react to the situation? You might continue to make the claim that you abide by the construct set by the government, and you would never be in a position to even be on trial. To the people that say that, I say this to you. How do you know that the person being put on trial is guilty of a felony or even a misdemeanor? Why? Because the cops and government label him or her as such? As a matter of fact, researchers have found that in 2015, 149 people were exonerated from a crime that they did not commit. And in 2014, the year prior, 139 people were exonerated of a crime that they did not commit. So for a 2-year average, 144 people were exonerated for a crime that they did not commit. Now, how many of those people do you believe was not allowed to have a speedy trial? About half of those people are not granted a speedy trial. How does that affect that person and their family? Moving on to another reason why everyone deserves the right to a speedy trial, even those who aren't being prosecuted, is because it is the people, the taxpayers, who cover the cost of keeping those who are convicted of a crime in prison. The cost of detaining just one person for 1 year on Rikers Island is $2,407,000, and it is all paid by the taxpayers. Not only is the unfairness of not being granted the right to a speedy trial hurting those who are prosecuted and their families, it is also hurting your pockets. Today, privatized prisons make up over 10% of the corrections market. turning over $7.4 billion per year, all from taxpayers. For even smaller state prisons, the cost of keeping a prisoner behind bars is $60,000 in tax the citizens pay. And if that individual's trial is postponed to another year or even 2, then that is another $60,000 for each year just to keep one prisoner behind bars. Save your pockets. Save the right to a speedy trial. Join the Innocence Project today at innocenceproject.org.